Hey peeps, we are back. We're talking The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 13, episode 12. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. All right, so this episode starts out with Kyle stopping by Sutton's house. You know, Sutton's outside cutting these beautiful roses, and they are absolutely stunning. I really wish that I had a green thumb, but I don't. Oh my goodness. Anyway, they were gorgeous. Kyle goes into Sutton's house. She's going through Sutton's refrigerator, and I said, you know, that was definitely calculated. In my opinion, she went in that woman's refrigerator to try to prove that Sutton doesn't eat. I mean, that's just the way my mind ticks. And sometimes it ticks backwards. Anyway, she comments Sutton on her refrigerator being clean, but in the confessional, she was talking about Sutton's lack of food in the refrigerator. But she also finds Sutton's eye patches in there. And I'd like to know what kind of patches those were that you can just keep them in the refrigerator like that. If you know, get down in the comments and let me know. Anyway, I agree 1000% on Sutton's comments about Macio. Now, you were out here globe-trotting around the world, but you couldn't take out the time to come to your wife's best friend's celebration of life. Now, Kyle let us know that you were close to this lady as well. You guys were spending all that time together, taking family vacations, spending quality time together with each other's families. You know, her family even asked about you at the celebration of life. If anybody should have been there, it should have been her husband. And I think that that's really telling that this man is out in Aspen and out in Mexico City enjoying his life while his wife is suffering through this terrible loss. I think he sucks. Now, honey, listen, it's time for us to have another charity event for Homeless Not Toothless. And I still just cannot believe they have not changed the name of this. But of course they're not going to, because they're getting so much publicity on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for this ridiculous charity name. Now, Kyle's sitting in Sutton's kitchen, acting as if she is so unaware that Amarie is still continuously bringing up Sutton's esophagus is damn right ridiculous. Damn right ridiculous. Kyle is the one who put the battery in Amarie's back to have her continue to harass and bring up this esophagus situation. Amarie is around here like a one-trick pony. She has nothing else to contribute to this damn show except for the talk about Sutton's esophagus, which is really ridiculous. We also find out that this year it's Sutton's turn to plan the girls' trip, and she has decided that they are going to go to Barcelona. She really doesn't want Amarie to go, but you can see Kyle, you could see the wheels turning. She's like, oh, you can't uninvite her. You invited everybody last night. She didn't want Amarie uninvited because who else was going to partner with her in this plan to take Sutton down? Sutton absolutely has the right to uninvite Amarie. And as a matter of fact, I would have done that instantly, right there in Kyle's face, right in front of her. Let me get old Amarie on the old FaceTime to let her know that she is not invited. You can disinvite people. Now, Crystal calls Garcelle and they talk about the event. And they were saying how beautiful it was. It was a really beautiful celebration of life. However, Crystal says what everybody else is thinking. Everybody else knew they were there for a celebration of life, but Amarie must have forgotten the way she sat around there talking about Sutton's esophagus the whole damn night. And Crystal says she doesn't know what Amarie's endgame is. Was it to just shame Sutton? Why is it so important to her? With her being in this medical field, it makes no sense for her to cross these lines. It really doesn't. It just comes off as desperate. You have to have something else in your life that you could show us. Garcelle said it just like we all have said it. Leave Sutton and her esophagus the hell alone. Sutton is not your friend. Sutton is not your patient. And her esophagus and anything else that's going on in that woman's life is not your business. And I believe Crystal 100% when she says that Amarie told her that she was an anesthesiologist. I absolutely believe it. Crystal said when she met that woman in December, she said she was an anesthesiologist. When she met her around the girls, all of a sudden she's a nurse anesthesiologist, or I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Anyway, Crystal said that she did a simple Google search on narrow esophagus, and it is a thing. I did a Google search on it and seen that it was a thing too a few weeks ago. But, you know, this has been, 4 episodes we're talking about Sutton's esophagus? Maybe 5? This is ridiculous. Now, Crystal and her brother, you know I'm over it. Her brother is in his 40s. She is now 40. Leave this man the hell alone. You and your mama need to let this man live his life. Let this man pick who he wants to be with and leave them the hell alone. She has gone through, gotten married, had children, living her best life, and you are preventing him from doing the same. Stay out this man's business. Now, honey, listen, everybody's getting dressed and they are headed out to the Homeless Not Toothless event. Then we see Mauricio and Kyle get into the car. This is so awkward. Their body language is awkward. The way they communicate is awkward. The way she looks at him says, shut the fuck up. I don't want to be bothered. Say one thing wrong and I'm going to beat you about the head. I mean, she's sick of him. He gets in the car and says, hey, how's everything going? How was the event? It wasn't a birthday party. It was a celebration of life. Then he makes some kind of comment did the husbands come? Did any of the other guys go? So what are you saying? If the other guys didn't come, you didn't have to? They were not that woman's best friend. I'm sick of him. Why are you here at the Homeless and Toothless event? If you couldn't make your way back home to be with this woman during her friend's celebration of life, what the fuck are you doing at this Homeless Not Toothless event? Stay home. Go on back to Mexico. And then how many times has she told us that he's globe-trotting around the world and he never gives her any notice? He just says, hey, I'm headed to Spain, and leaves. So she lets him know that she's got some travel plans. You know, she's got some things that she's going to be doing. And he looked as if he was extremely pissed off. How dare she make plans without telling him? Boy, if you don't go somewhere, I tell you what, that is never going to be me. I will never be in a marriage like that. You are not globe-trotting. You are not traveling. You're not going to Chicago. I don't give a shit. If you have plans to go out of town, let me know. I'm not saying that you have to ask permission, because you don't. But you do have to give me some sort of notice. Don't just grab your suitcase and head out the front door. What the hell kind of shit is that? Anyway, moving on. Now, Erica and this doctor. Now, Erica walks into the Homeless Not Toothless event wearing all pink. She is looking, pretty in pink, and her dentist is flirting with her. And she's like, oh my gosh, you're my dentist. I'm your patient. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. I was going to call you because I lost one of the trays, one of my whitening trays. And he's like, let me see your teeth. Oh, they're beautiful. You're so beautiful. She said, oh, I'll see you in the office, and walked off. I said, boy, go to hell on. This is very unprofessional. She is your patient. Did anybody else notice that this was such a huge event, and yet Dorit's PTSD didn't kick in? Not at all. There was more people there than that was at Garcelle's event, and her PTSD didn't kick in at all. Now, honey, listen, did anybody notice the girls? Sutton, Erica, Garcelle, and Crystal, they were all standing around together. Sutton walks up and hugs and gives the 2 cheek kisses to Erica. I said, oh, now this I can get into. I like this little clique. Rena is gone. Now Erica needs some friends. She has clinged to the right side of the group. Okay, she is over here with Sutton, Garcelle, and Crystal. I said, it's nice to see Erica getting along, but I do know that this is her redemption season, so she's trying to be on her best behavior because she doesn't have Lisa Rinna with her. Anyway, them talking about Sutton's magical puss, I thought that was hilarious. And she wanted to make sure that we knew that it was also tight, like her esophagus. Anyway, I'm stealing that, my MP. Anyway, moving on. Did anybody else notice that when Amarie came over, Sutton introduced herself to Amarie's husband, and he said, oh, I know. So in other words, she been at home driving this man crazy about Sutton's esophagus too. Because when he met all the rest of the ladies, he just said, oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Then Sutton quickly went in and told Amarie, we need to talk, and we're going to talk right now. She's going to tell her husband, go to the bar. He said, just say leave. Don't tell me to go to the bar. And where the hell did he do? He went to the bar, got himself a drink. Shut the hell on up.
Oh, is this my third lie that
Yes, your third lie.
What was the first two?
The first one was that her doctor said she can drink and have gabapentin at the same time.
Which he did.
Well, you can't.
Are you my doctor?
It doesn't matter. I am a board certified nurse anesthetist. I am a board certified nurse anesthetist, Sutton.
I have a board certified doctor, GI, that I've seen. So I know what I have.
Great.
And you said that I made up.
I didn't say you made it up.
You said she lied.
I said what she said does not make sense medically.
You said that as well, but you said she lied.
Okay, I said if it's a lie. I said if.
You said she lied to me twice.
Yes, about the gabapentin and then potentially
This. So you said she lied.
Potentially.
Just say it.
Crystal, you were the one saying she has an eating disorder.
Are you out of your mind?
Oh, no.
You literally spent 2 hours talking about her to where she and I literally had to leave because it was so annoying.
She said, well, it's because of my small esophagus. So her small esophagus. Teddy, she says that she has a small esophagus. Have you ever heard of anybody just having a small esophagus? Or something that doesn't make sense. We try to put, Crystal, did you want to go to med school? If you'd gone to med school, you'd get that.
Did you go to medical school?
You
No,
know
you tell me. You were an anesthesiologist when I met you.
Here we go.
And then you,
Like downplaying
let me tell
my
you
profession
something.
again.
No. You're such a bitch.
Now, honey, listen, Erica was right when she makes the comment about ma'am. Sutton was trying to talk to Amarie. Amarie is going to try to pipe up, raise her voice, and get loud. And Sutton was like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know what I mean? And Erica said, depending on where you are, where she's from, who's with, who you're with, you could get popped for saying, no, ma'am. You know, the way Sutton was saying it. And Erica ain't lying. She is not lying, not one bit. Depending on who you're saying it to, you could get pops. Anyway, see, I've had it with Amarie. I really have. She did the after show and she was breaking down, you know, her as a nurse estheticianist or whatever that is that I'm saying wrong, and a real MD anesthesiologist. And honey, listen, the American Society of Anesthesiologists have had it with her ass. They came out on their social media and they said, the Real Housewives know a fake. Anesthesiologists are medical doctors with more than 12 years of higher education and up to 16,000 hours of clinical training. Title misappropriation has no place in healthcare. And then they broke down the difference between an anesthesiologist and a nurse estheticianist. It's different, okay? And then her making those claims that Crystal was jealous of her because she went to medical school. Did you go to medical school or did you have some medical training? Because according to the American Society of Anesthesiologists, it says that you did not complete medical school for your career. I'm just saying, people are sick of you. Okay, there are so many healthcare providers that are out here saying, Amarie, what you are doing is completely wrong and irresponsible and unprofessional. Bravo, get her off this show. Get her off of our television. You have done it 2 seasons in a row. First Diane, now her. You know, when Dr. Nicole said what she said, and Tiffany Moon said what she said about Amarie, she's going to come out and say that they're clout chasing off of her. Well, Dr. Nicole had something to say about that.
On Anne-Marie calling you a clout chaser after your comments about Sutton's esophagus.
But, you know, I think to chase clout implies that you're going after a bigger fish, and Anne-Marie is in no way a bigger fish, not professionally, not medically, not educationally. So I don't think I was chasing any clout.
All facts. And then we see next episode, she's trying to say that Crystal is clout chasing, that she made Crystal relevant. No, ma'am. We know who the hell Crystal is. We still don't know who you are. Who the hell are you, ma'am? And Crystal does not resent you because you went to medical school and she didn't. She doesn't like you because you are very insensitive, you are annoying as hell, and you keep calling Sutton's situation a lie and saying that Sutton has an eating disorder, and Crystal has been through that. That's why she doesn't like your lying, clout-chasing ass. And I, too, am not a medical doctor, but I did Google, can you drink on gabapentin? And it says yes, you can drink alcohol with gabapentin, but it may make you feel sleepy or tired. This is not your business, yet again. And I appreciate the flashback showing that you spent exactly 2 hours telling anybody who would listen, anybody who unfortunately ended up within the vicinity of you, had to hear about Sutton's esophagus in the middle of a celebration of life. And then for you to sit there and lie and tell the rest of the group that Crystal alluded to Sutton having eating disorder. Crystal is the absolute last person that would ever allude to anybody having an eating disorder. Listen, the thing about Amarie is I don't know how good she is as a nurse, estheticianist, or whatever it is, anesthesiologist. Gosh, I really suck at this. But she is a professional gaslighter. And somebody posted on social media, Amarie wasn't lying with her tagline, and then they blacked out some of it, but it says, I put you to sleep. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You absolutely do. Every time you come up on our screen, which is rare, but it's still too damn much. And every time that woman comes up on our screen, you absolutely know it's going to be a conversation about Sutton's esophagus. And every time I say to myself,
oh, Lord. Again. Again. Nothing new. Nothing changed. Same old shit. Same old fucking shit.
Again. Here we go. Also, did you guys notice that when Kyle and Mauricio were walking the red carpet at this event, she was saying that it feels like people are talking about their relationship? Ma'am, why do you think that is? Could it be because you're strolling through town with this woman, hand in hand, hugged up? Could it be because you and Mauricio are never together, but you're always with this lady? You're always in the blogs, fawning all over this woman. You're posting stuff on Instagram and everywhere else with this woman. That could be why. And did anybody notice that she asked Mauricio, was he on weed or alcohol? Listen, 2 seasons ago, Kyle would have never said anything like that to Mauricio, especially not on TV. It's just every time you see them, they just look very uncomfortable. Oh, she also was on her Amazon Live doing her sale that they usually do. And she said that on the show, when Dorit keeps talking about these trips that her and PK and Mauricio have been taking, she said that's not exactly true, and I'm paraphrasing. She said they have only been on 1 trip together as a couple, and those flashbacks they are showing on the show were cast trips. And she said her being at Mauricio's dinner in London was a coincidence that they happened to be in London at the same time Kyle and Mauricio was in London. So she don't know what the hell is going on or why Dorit is acting like they are that close. I guess they are not. Now, honey, listen, when Taylor Dane performs, I was, just like Erica, because Erica's going to sing along, honey. No matter what Erica is going to sing. Me too. And that's another reason I don't like Amarie. She didn't even know who the hell Taylor Dane was. I'm sick of her. Erica was on Watch What Happens Live, and she was asking Andy, was he going to hit Kyle with the hard questions?
So,
yeah,
we do the reunion next Friday.
As somebody who got eviscerated,
yes,
I would like to see everybody get the same treatment.
You okay? All right, great.
And I love her; she's a dear friend of mine. But fair is fair.
Shit, I ain't mad. Every housewife across all franchises should have the same rules. I'm with Erica on that one. Also, back to Amarie making that comment that Crystal might be jealous of her because she went to medical school, and she said something about her husband wouldn't wait for her. You know what? I don't think Crystal said that part, and I don't think it's true. How do we know that the director of The Lion King wouldn't have been willing to marry Crystal while she went to medical school and, you know, keep directing The Lion King and all the other directing projects that he has that I don't know about. Stay out those people's business and their marriage. And you know what? It's not too late. If Crystal decides today that she'd like to go to medical school, she still can. I mean, shut the hell up, Amarie. I can't stand that woman. And then that fake ass apology that she tried to give Sutton, talking about she's so sorry. She was just concerned about Sutton like any other medical professional would be. No, ma'am. That's a lie. And Sutton knew it was a lie, and she was over the bullshit. She said, okay, with this fake ass apology. It's disgusting. And Kyle with her fake outrage that Crystal called Amarie a bitch across this charity event. I said, where's production to show how Kyle and the rest of those ladies have always shown their ass at other events? Can we even just roll back to the last Homeless Not Toothless event? Does anybody remember that one? When it was at Dorit's house and Melissa Eckridge was there, and it was all the screaming and hollering, yelling and fight, and you know, and my mom died, and using that as an excuse for her badass behavior, Lisa Rinna. Like, we have seen some shit at these charity events. Crystal telling Amarie that she was a bitch, you know, it's a little much, but it's not the worst. We have seen worse. Cut the shit, Kyle. But I did appreciate that Dorit ran into that ballroom real quick to change the seating arrangement. She told that man, she said, Sutton cannot sit anywhere near Amarie. But Mauricio and his nasty, shitty ass coming here talking to Sutton, talking about, hey, I heard you're having a little esophagus problem. Sit down and shut the fuck up. You know, like, oh, I can't stand that man these days. And then Sutton tries to approach Amarie again and say, hey, I like you, we could be friends. And for her to say, well, I'm not going to let you put this spin on the story. Right then is when Sutton should have said, and I'm not going to let you go to Barcelona. You know, me and my esophagus feels that you should keep your ass at home with your husband who thinks you're 8.5. Yes, stay home. That's what I would have told her. Kyle at home packing, talking about, oh, I got my new shoes. Oh, these are Morgan's. You don't want us talking about you and Morgan in this relationship, but you've got Morgan's shoes at your house, and you need to mention this woman every episode. Okay. Now, Sutton and Kyle talking about those cobblestone streets, and Kyle saying that, you know, all the ladies will still be wearing their heels. Sutton said, well, they can break their ankles. I'm Team Sutton. No, ma'am. When I am on vacation, I am wearing flat sandals. I am wearing tennis shoes. I am wearing strappy sandals. I am wearing slides. No, ma'am. You are not about to get me out here wearing high heels. I'm on vacation, which means I'm going to be strolling. I'm going to be sightseeing. I am going to be enjoying my time, not worried about how my feet are hurting and swelling the hell up and I'm bruising my good ankles. Nope. That's not me. Sutton tells Kyle that she should call Amarie and tell her to stop talking at them and talk with them. Kyle acts as if she's too grown to have to referee these situations. Girl, please. You are the one who started all of this. Get on that phone with that woman and tell her to mind her damn business. And for her to say that Crystal owes her an apology, no, ma'am. And then she's going to call Sutton talking about she's sorry for her part. Sutton was absolutely right. Your part, you are the full part. Her and her esophagus was minding their business. You got involved in a situation that had nothing to do with you. Shut up. We already seen the previews for next week, and Amarie is still going to be on this esophagus situation, and she is still going to try to be on Crystal's back, and I absolutely hope that Crystal rips her to shreds. I am sick of Anne-Marie. Anyway, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.